Hello YouTube people, this is Ned of GiveTheCreeperAHug, and I'm here with my crappy microphone once again. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make an Ace of Spades server. So the first thing we need to do to port forward our Ace of Spades server to get it working on the internet is to press our start button and type in cmd on the search and open cmd.exe. It'll come up with this, I don't know what it's called, just call it a thing. Type in ipconfig. This is short for IP configuration, and press enter. It'll come up with loads of rubbish, but the only thing we're interested in right now is the default gateway and the IPv4 address. Make sure you keep a note of these and do not forget them. Next thing we need to do is open up our internet browser, and now we need to type in our default gateway into the search box. It will then ask you for a username and password. If you don't know what your username and password is, it's probably user and password, user and user, admin and admin, or admin and password. If it isn't any of those, check your wireless router or your internet modem, and there might be a sticker on it saying what your password is and your username is. If you still don't know it, ask someone like your parents or your administrator for the computer or your service provider. I know what my password is, so I'm just going to type mine in now. Okay, so now we've logged into our router. Yours might look different than this. Your page might look different than this. If you have a Netgear router, it will look something like this. But depending on what router you have, it might look completely different. The next thing we need to look for is port forwarding or port triggering. Once again, this might be different because it might be something like game forwarding or gaming. Just try and find something like this, which mentions port forwarding. Let's click this. Now to port forward this server, first thing we need to do, let's add a service here. I've already port forwarded mine. Service name could be anything, let's call it A or S. If you don't know what to do here, you need to go on Ace of Spades page. Sorry about that, you don't need to go on the Ace of Spades server. Go on aceofspadeswiki.com and there should be a page about port forwarding on server hosting. Just a load of instructions, but what I'm doing to make this video is to make you do these instructions with a video instead of having to read them. You have to make sure you memorise this number here, 32887. I'm going to copy this. Put this as your starting port and ending port. And for this, the TCP or UDP, it says here it has to be UDP. And for the server IP address, this needs to be your IPv4 address, I think. I'm not sure. It's either the IPv4 address or the default gateway. Let me just double check. Yes, it's your IPv4 address. The server IP address is your IPv4 address, which is this. Once you're sure you've done all this, name the server, Ace of Spades, make sure it's UDP. Starting port and end port is 32287, and your server IP address is your IPv4 address. Once you've done all this, you can apply it. I'm not going to do it, I've already done it. It should work now. It should be port forwarded and ready. The next thing you need to do is to go in your Ace of Spades folders. I have it on my desktop somewhere. It should be, let's have a look, can't find it. Ace of Spades, here it is. Or if you don't have it in your desktop, go to start, type in capital C, come on, backslash, and then type in A, it might come up, there it is, Ace of Spades. Now to get the server working, you need to click this, server.exe. And come up with one of these. It'll ask you to make a map. We're going to make a random map, but you can make your own maps, but let's make it simple and just generate our own map. Type in GEN or gen and press enter. It will generate a map for us. It might take a while. There we go. It says remember to open UDP port 32887 on your router. It'll now ask you for the max players. I suggest 16. It can be between 1 and 32. I'm going 16 because that's normal. Enter server name. This can be anything. A to Z and 0 to 9, max 31 characters. Let's call it that. It started the server, and now it'll ask you advertise on the master server. This means it come up on the server list. Type in Y if you want it to come up, or type in N if you want it to be a private server. Let's type in Y. Okay, it's done now. It should be working. Once you've done all this, you can minimise it. Make sure you don't close it. Go on the Ace of Spades server list, and it should come up somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's see. I don't think it's on there. I could. There it is. There's mine. Debu's Brony server. If you can't find it on the list, just press localhost connect to connect to your own server. That's how you make a server on Ace of Spades. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And thanks for listening to Ramble. And I forgot to say thanks for listening to Ramble in the last video. So thanks for listening to Ramble again. Goodbye.